Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Fred and Connie. Hey, David. Fred and Connie saying hey to Jimmy. Fred said waiting for the star and Jeff. The star's with me. Hey, John Esper says, damn, it's cold and windy up here in Ohio. Yeah, hey, John, I'm right there with you. It's the same here. Well, the wind's laid down now a little bit, but it was windy again today, and yesterday it was awful. And it's brutal this morning. I think it's 25 degrees here this morning. I had the heat going as hard as it could go. Fred says, is that smoke from the controlled burn? Yeah, Fred, I was getting ready to tell that here in a little bit. But you're right. Because I don't have y'all mounted on the window, but you can see it's blue sky. Blue sky all around me, above me. But that smoke's going right up through Gatlinburg and towards, I guess, Newport, that direction. And that's what you're seeing off in the distance. That's nothing but smoke from that controlled burn down towards Maryville, I think. I saw it on the news before I went live and stuff. I think it's down like towards Maryville or on down past Maryville, but that wind is bringing it all this way. Let's see. Hey, Leslie. She's saying hi. David says hey to Fred and Connie. And hey, Blaine. Hey, buddy. Fred's saying hey to everybody. Hey, Dennis Jackson says hey, we're here. Leslie saying hey to Fred. Jimmy saying hey to Blaine. Hey, James. He's saying hello, all. Hey, William. Hey, buddy. We had frost down here. Yeah, I don't think there's any frost here. It just froze. Everything froze here. Hey, Lordy. Hey, AR. He's saying hey to everybody. Blaine saying hey to Jimmy. Jimmy saying hey to James. Fred's saying hey to Blaine. Hey, Blaine, Fred said that the fish was missing you last night. Blaine had something that came up, and he didn't get to fish with us last night. Jimmy saying hey to William and to Leslie. James is saying hey to Jimmy. Fred saying hey to everybody else. Hey, Pam. She's saying hello. Leslie saying hey to Jimmy. Jimmy saying hey to Denise. Or to Dennis. Sorry, I can't read. Fred saying hey to James and to Pam. Blaine says, Fred, that's the Tar Heels on fire. They got scorched by NC State. That's right. Yeah, NC State put a thumping on Carolina. James says, hiya, Fred. And Pam saying hey to Fred. Leslie says, can you smell it? No, I can't. We can't smell it. It's kind of bypassing where I'm at, Leslie. It's crazy. It's like the breakoff point is right here, just above me, and you can see it going down all that way. But I mean, it's blue sky. I mean, you see the cutoff line right there. It's blue sky everywhere else. So, and I guess, well, I take it that the signal's coming in good because I'm on my other phone here. Seems to look all right. But yeah, I can't smell the smoke, Leslie, which is a good thing. Dennis is saying hey to Fred and Connie. James is saying my frost just entered the room. Hey, Gary. Hey, buddy. He's saying hi, y'all. Hey, Virginia. He's saying hey to everybody. Blaine says, I see. Well, I might be there tonight, Fred. Fred says, we got down to 28, but no frost, too breezy. And Fred's saying hey to Virginia. Jimmy saying hey to Pam. David says, did y'all catch any fish? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we caught fish, and both of us leveled up. We both leveled up pretty good last night. We still hadn't got to the max level as far as the fishing part that we're doing now. We hadn't, neither one of us has got to the max level yet, but we both leveled up pretty good last night. Hey, Diamondback. He's saying, hey, everyone. Fred saying, hey. Jimmy saying, hey. Fred saying, we did. Telling David that. Virginia saying, hey. Gary saying, hey. Blaine saying, hey. Hey, Larry, can't wait for you to go to Dario tonight. Well, Larry, you might be SOL on old Dario tonight. Blaine says, looks kind of busy right now, a lot of spring breakers. Yeah, the campground's empty. The campgrounds are empty. I think most everybody's staying in hotels, and it might be because of the weather. Because there's definitely people here. There's definitely people in town. There's just nobody staying at campgrounds though. Dennis is saying hey. David says hey. Jimmy saying hey. Blaine says I use that loosely, not busy like normal, but busy for Tuesday night. Virginia saying hey. John says gas went up today in Ohio from $3.09 to $3.49. Now, John, you know who we can thank for that. Virginia saying hey, Larry saying hey, Gary says, did you enjoy yourself at the pool? I did, Gary. And a lot of y'all don't know what Gary's talking about right there. There's a select few of y'all that probably know what Gary's talking about right there. And I'll get into that here in a minute. Fred says we were lake fishing. Virginia's saying hey, everybody's saying hey. Dennis says, what's up, Miss Leslie? Blaine says, Larry, you will be waiting a while if you want Dario. Larry says, oh, wrong city. Yeah, hey, Larry, you know where I'm at. I'm in your favorite home away from home town. Dennis is saying hey, Virginia's saying hey, James is saying hey, Leslie says, not much going on here, Dennis. Just freezing to death. How are you doing? Virginia saying, hey, Dennis says, it's my brother, Larry Harvey. And Leslie sending love to Virginia. Blaine says, not if you went to Taco Bell. They have free gas, John. Hey, Dry Creek. Hey, Rob Denise. Hey, Rob Denise, y'all, did y'all go back home today or yesterday? Or are you still in town? I know y'all were jawing about it on your live show the other night when I was on there. Blaine says, did you finally meet Amanda in the pool? No, it's not that, Blaine. It's not that. But you ought to know what Gary's talking about, Blaine. I know you saw it. At least I think you did. Leslie says, do not tell who we can thank for the gas prices. You will be reprimanded. Yeah, I know it. Fred's laughing at Blaine. Larry's saying to Dennis, it's me, it's Larry T. Virginia's saying hey. James is saying hey to Dry Creek. John says, hey, go find a Dairy Queen and get you a free ice cream cone. And Leslie's sending love to Rob and Denise. Rob and Denise is saying hey. Dennis says hey to Rob and Denise. Rob and Denise is saying hey to everybody. David's saying hey. Virginia's saying hey to Rob and Denise. Dry Creek says, we came home yesterday and like Leslie says, we're freezing. I bet so. Bless y'all's heart, Rob and Denise. Y'all went from cold weather to even colder weather. Leslie's laughing. Jimmy's saying hey to Dry Creek. Leslie says winter came back. Yeah, I know today's the first day of spring. Well, technically tomorrow is the first full day of spring. Because spring's actually not here quite yet. Spring rolls in. It's either 11:06 tonight or 11:09, but it's 11 something. So technically we're still in winter right now for another few hours. Dry Creek Rob Denise is saying hey to everybody. Blaine says, shoot, it was cool this morning, like 45, but we still had our AC on. I think I got it up to like 62. Yeah, hey Blaine, you're like Dennis and Tracy. I mean, they like the cold or whatever. I don't even know if they had their heat on either. And then Leslie says, shut it, Blaine, or shutty, Blaine. Talking about the 62-degree weather. Blaine says, tomorrow's the first day of spring because I will hit 40 tomorrow. Y'all pray for my old self. I know it, Blaine. I mean, I would go ahead and say it now, but you're not 40 yet. But I'll say it early, though. Welcome to the 40s club. But yes, happy early birthday, which I know I'll be telling you again tomorrow. James is froze. He's froze to death. Virginia's saying happy birthday to Blaine. Fred says first day of spring tomorrow, should warm up, but we still can get a freeze in April. That's right. Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen it freezing the first week in May. I know it done that here not too long ago. Was that last? That was the year before. Wasn't last year, it was the year before. I don't think it was last year. I know I was here. I think it was the year before. Because it went from freezing to then all of a sudden we got that tornado warnings or watches. I mean, it went from cold to summertime all within a week. Let's see. Leslie says, Macy said she sure can't wait to see you, Jeff. She said when she hears you live, it brings joy to her life. She actually said that. Really? Macy. Thank you, Macy. You're a sweetheart, Macy. And the star of the show's behind me here. I'll get her in the picture here. Tootsie. Hop up. Macy's wanting to see you. You know who Macy is. You know who Macy is. I'll get her up here in a little bit, Macy. But I appreciate you saying that, Macy. That's sweet of you. Very nice of you. Jimmy says it's 11:06. Okay, yeah, when spring comes in. And Blaine says, I need a hurricane to walk better. One of them hurricanes. He's talking about the cane that'll stand up by itself. Fred says, you're a youngin', Blaine. Dry Creek saying happy birthday to Blaine. Jimmy says, yeah, we went from running AC to turning the heat on. Blaine says, thanks, just blessed to reach 40. Some don't make it this far, so I thank God every day for for breath he gives me. That's right, Blaine. Amen. Blaine says, Leslie, didn't y'all tell your kids not to lie? Don't be telling lies, Macy. I'm pretty sure Macy's not telling a lie, Blaine. Jimmy's saying happy early birthday, Blaine. And Blaine's thanking Jimmy. Leslie's laughing at Blaine. John says, here in Ohio, we can experience all 4 seasons in 1 week. Hey, John, North Carolina's got you beat. North Carolina can do it all in 1 day. And I'm not lying either. That hadn't been that long ago. Last year, maybe the year before, I mean, we experienced everything all in 1 day. James says, Blaine, have a good day tomorrow. Fred says, Blaine, I'm a third older than you, just saying. And Blaine says, Jeff, she really means she can't wait to see Pigeon Forge. Oh, I know, Blaine. I know. And that's Leslie and Larry also. And the other 2 kids, Caroline and Jackson. They like it here in Pigeon Forge. I don't blame them. I don't blame them a bit. Blaine's thanking James. Blaine says, we have all 4 seasons in the same days. That's right, Blaine. That's right. I know South Carolina's done it too. Fred says, we've had 4 seasons in 1 day before as well. Yep. Now, it's crazy what, like Tennessee, North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, all those 4 states right here, we can see it all in 1 day. Leslie says, Blaine, she loves Jeff. He plays with the kids and they adore him. Jeff's a good friend. Hey, I appreciate that, Leslie. Blaine says, I don't blame them either. We all need But we all need to buy a big cabin and rent it as Airbnb. And in 2 weeks each year, we reserve it for all of us. Yeah, I know it. We'd have to get one that's got about 20 rooms in it to be able to have everybody. James says, I forgot, Jeff, what's the rules in the group that when somebody has a birthday, the oldest person in the group has to send $200 gift card to the birthday person? Yeah, I don't have any rules like that, James. James is laughing. Yeah, I don't have any rules like that. Because a lot of y'all in here, I don't even know y'all's ages and stuff, which is fine. I don't need to know how old everybody is. Blaine says, yeah, yes he is. We all love Jeff. Can't wait to see him again, Leslie. Yeah, I can't wait to see all y'all again either. I mean, I know all y'all in here. Y'all will let me know whenever you're in town, and then that way y'all can either come crash my live show or we'll meet somewhere. You know, do whatever. Leslie says she's 63. Leslie, you starting to sound like Amanda. Virginia says, that leaves me out. Fred says, we agree, Blaine. And, hey, Christopher Brawley, I missed your comment. He's saying hello, friends. You slipped in here on me, Christopher. I apologize for missing your comment. Leslie says, I didn't say I was 27. Yeah, but remember last week, though, or Thursday, she said something about she was 60-some, I thought, or something like that. Went from 27 to 60-something. Dennis says, I'm probably the oldest, so I'd be broke. Hey, Lordy. Leslie says, it's a large range of ages. Yep. You're right, Leslie. Blaine says, she used to be older than the presidents from 1800s. That's right, Blaine. Hey, Lordy. So anyhow, what I did, come here, Toots. Come here, get up here. I know I got you buckled in. Come on. Come on, hop up here. Hop up here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Well, come here. I blowed the horn by accident. I blowed the horn myself. Hey, oh, be careful. Alright, because I know everybody's going to want to see you. We'll do this. Since I got it on the, if it'll sit right there. Let's see. And of course, I'll still show Pigeon Forge. Man, I know it's a little crooked, but I'll fix that here in a minute. That way y'all can see her. Excuse, just don't pay attention to the car. The car's my closet for a little while. Let's see, hold on a minute. David says Amanda and I are the same age. Leslie says it's a large range of ages. Blaine says, okay, I read that part. Virginia says, Dennis, you forgot I'm in here. Leslie says, it's the fan still. No, they left Sunday, Leslie. They left Sunday sometime after lunch. Blaine says, he said oldest, not youngest. You're only 23, Virginia. And Virginia says, I wish, Blaine. Then it says, Teresa said you and her are spring chickens, Virginia. And James says, you know you're old when you look at the paper money in your pocket and you go, I went to school with him. And Blaine says, question, best place y'all ate while you're in Pigeon Forge this time, or can it be multiple places? Are you asking me, Blaine, or people in here? And John says, I saw some bad news on my news feed. It said Joe Biden wins Ohio. I think he won all the states. If you're talking about primary, John, I think he won them all. Leslie says the pink towel has been changed to green. That's right. Yeah, the pink towel's not even with me, Leslie. That's funny how you remember that. That's good. That's good. Virginia says, I do feel like it, Teresa. And Blaine says, yeah, y'all with your family, just curious. And Leslie says, John, that's because he ain't up against Trump yet. Wait, I'm not talking about politics. That's right. That's right. Larry says, Leslie, I'm going to block you. Blaine says, I was just curious where y'all ate, Jeff. And then Leslie says, try it, Larry. We went to the Chop House in Kodak, not the one here in Pigeon Forge or at Tanger, and I'm not sure if there's one in Gatlinburg or not. I really don't know for sure on that. But we went to the Chop House up in Kodak, right off the interstate there where Buc-ee's is at, but it's across on the other side of the interstate. It's where the Bass Pro Shop is. We went there and then went to the Chocolate Monkey that's right there at it, just right below it. All the other time though, they ate at the hotel they was at. So here's the thing. Y'all talk to each other. So here's the thing that I was going to tell y'all. Tootsie, you've laid down on it. Sit up so they can see you. There you go. Sit right there. You want to sit up here and look? Huh? You want to sit up here and look? See how? So and like I said, reason Gary was mentioning the pool comment, my crowd stayed at the Wilderness in the Smokies. And they, of course, invited me there. And so I went and hung out with them Saturday, late afternoon and evening, and then that night, because we ended up watching the ball game together. Of course, they wasn't happy because they're all Carolina fans. I was the only NC State fan. But I didn't say nothing, didn't rub it in, didn't jump up and down and get excited or nothing. I just thought, that's crazy, boys. They played 5 nights in a row and won the whole shebang. That's just crazy. So anyhow, so while I'm there with them, I go to the water park in that place, and I see the new water slide that they got, that new addition. I see all that. Well, here's the kicker, and I don't know if there's a video on it or not. I know there's videos on the new water slide and the new part that they added. But here's the thing that I didn't know, that I found out while I was with them. On the roof of that part that they added, as far as the water slides on the inside, on, indoor, on the roof of that part of that building, there's another pool and a bar. You got a rooftop pool and a rooftop bar on top of that thing. And I took a picture of it and posted it on Facebook. So that's what Gary was talking about, because I posted that Saturday night while I was there with them. So that's why I knew some of y'all would already know about it. And I actually went today. To see if I could take y'all live with me. And I was going to show y'all tonight the rooftop pool and bar. That was the game plan. Well, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do it. I just won't be able to do it tonight. I've got the contact information. I've got to make a phone call, and I've got to line it up, undoubtedly. So anyhow, so that was a swing and a miss as far as tonight. But that's what I had planned tonight. I was going to start off there showing y'all that pool on top of the roof and the bar and stuff, and show y'all that, and then of course drive around after that. That was the game plan. But it didn't pan out like I thought it was going to. But that's all right though. I'll try to catch it one of these weeks. I'll talk to that person that they told me to call and see what I can get worked out. But that's what I was wanting to tell you guys right quick, as far as that comment that Gary had made. That's how he knew about it already, because of Facebook. Let me get caught up with you guys. Oh yeah, the Mustangs are in town, like Robin and Denise was saying. The Mustangs are already in town. Alright, right here. Blaine says, Larry, no luck of the Irish for you. And Larry says, not tonight, Blaine. And then Oh, Lordy. And then Fred says, every day is Saturday. Did a video about the Chop House. And James says, thinking about working something out this summer and coming up for a while. And any of y'all have been to want to consider the best place to get a steak in the area, where would it be? I mean, I know hey, James, I know right quick, the Chop House has got a good one. The Alamo's got a good one, but go to the Alamo in Gatlinburg. The Alamo in Gatlinburg is the better one. The Pottery House that's right across from Old Mill Restaurant, that Pottery House, that's a dang good place. I'm not a food connoisseur or best restaurant, so y'all are kind of asking the wrong person. But if I tell you a place is good though, you can pretty much guarantee that it's good, because I'm a picky eater, number one, and I'm not going to steer somebody wrong as far as going somewhere that's not good, because there's only a select few places that I'll go anyway just because I'm a picky eater. But I can promise you the Pottery House has got dang good food. Let's see. Blade says Chocolate Monkey sounds like a gentleman's club. No, it's an ice cream place, Blade. Hey, Mike. Hello from McMillanville, Tennessee. Cute dog. Hey, thank you, Mike. Thanks for coming in. Dry Creek says Alamo. There you go. See, Dry Creek mentioned Alamo. And then he's thinking Dry Creek. Dry Creek says Crystal Creek and the Peddler and Cherokee Grill and Gatlinburg are places too. See, that's why I say Gatlinburg has probably got the better eating places versus Pigeon Forge. I mean, there is a few here in Pigeon Forge that I know is good, and of course we've already mentioned two of them. Larry's saying hey to Rob and Denise. Dennis says the Alamo. That's right, Dennis. I made sure that I told it was the one in Gatlinburg, not the one in Pigeon Forge. And then Dry Creek goes, Larry! And Blaine says, I saw the rooftop bar picture. And Dry Creek saying, yep, Dennis. And Blaine says, I mean pool. Well, that too. Well, yeah, I didn't take a picture of the bar, but because the bar, you know, that picture I took, I was showing the pool, and then the view that you have of Sevierville and Pigeon Forge, and then the bar was directly behind me. They were doing karaoke that night also, but I didn't jump in on it. James says, well, whatever you guys say, we will try out when we do arrive. Hey, Scott. Hey, buddy. Says, what's up, goobers? Dry Creek says, and Mama's Chicken Kitchen in Gatlinburg across from the Alamo is good also, James. And Virginia's saying hey to Scott. Hey, Landa. She's saying hey to Jeff and Tootsie and everyone. Fred says, hey, Scott, missed the opportunity to fish with you yesterday. And Scott's saying hey. Fred's saying hey. Dry Creek says Margaritaville at the island has a pool on the roof too. It's pretty neat. Yeah, I got told that. Hey, Rob, Denise, I got told that too Sunday. I didn't realize they had one on the roof, but I learned that Sunday. So you know, Rob and Denise is right on that. I hadn't seen it, hadn't been to it, but I got told about it. Let's see, where am I at? Linda's saying hey to Fred and Connie. Virginia's saying, hey stranger, how are you, Linda? Blaine's saying hey to Linda. Leslie says, we love staying at Margaritaville in the island with the rooftop pool. It's so nice. And Scott says, hey Fred, yeah, by the time I picked up the boys from weightlifting, I just ran out of time, plus Amber was off yesterday. So you can imagine my honey-do list. It's okay, Scott. Linda says, Virginia, I'm fine. How's your foot? And Fred says, Potter Cafe is a good restaurant. Been there several times. And Scott says, hey, Harvey's, Leslie and Larry. And Dry Creek says, it is Leslie. Talking about Margaritaville. Leslie says Pottery House is the absolute best. Scott's saying hey to Blaine. Fred's talking to Scott. Blaine's saying hey to Scott. Leslie's saying hey. Virginia says completely healed. Thanks, Linda. Linda says, hey, Blaine, are you behaving, friend? We're all behaving at the moment, Linda. At the moment. Don't know how long it'll last. Fred says, be right back. Have to take a phone call. That's fine, Fred. John says, cookout's definitely great. Yeah, cookout, as far as fast food wise, cookout's real good. You won't go wrong with cookout. Blaine says, I'm a saint, always, Linda. And Jimmy's saying, hey, Angie, saying hey to me and Tootsie. Linda says, Jimmy, how are you lately? Everybody's saying, hey, Geo Metcat, hey, thanks for coming in. Scott says, yep, that's what I thought, Blaine, with or without nuts at the Chocolate Monkey. Well, mine was with or without whipped cream and a cherry. And of course, y'all know I said neither. No cherry, no whipped cream. And I know Leslie's gonna say something. Blaine says, hey neighbor, talking to Geo. Scott says, hey to Jimmy and Connie. Blaine says, black don't crack, so it might be fun there, Scott. And everybody's saying hey. Scott's laughing at Blaine. Gio's saying hey to everybody. Linda says, Virginia, what are you making for Easter? And everybody's saying hey to everybody right now. And Virginia says she hadn't decided yet on what she's going to make for Easter. And Linda's saying hey to Scott. And hey above always. Hi Jeff and Tootsie and everyone. Hey, good to see you in here. Hope you're doing all right above always. Jimmy's saying hey. Scott's saying hey. Everybody's saying hey. Blaine says, definitely got to have the deviled eggs, Virginia. And everybody's saying hey to above always. And Blaine says, no cherry on your monkey? Yep, nope. No cherry on the monkey. And no whipped cream on the monkey either, Blaine. Leslie says, Jeff's crazy. The cherry's always the best part. Virginia says, probably Blaine. And Angie's saying hey, everybody's saying hey to above always, and I'm caught up. Here's Tootsie, she's laid down on me again. Tootsie, hop up here. I know you ain't tired. You slept the majority of the day. But anyhow, I'll flip it back around and it's starting to get dark. That way y'all can see the lights. I'll show Tootsie again here in a little bit. Lord, my phone is all crooked. There we go. I might put you back in this other holder. There we go. Jimmy says, Linda, I'm doing wonderful. Blaine says, that's just nuts. Got to have whipped cream. I forgot to bring my darn basketball bracket. I went up to the office yesterday and they printed me out a NCAA bracket, and I've already got it filled out. And I know I've got probably the wrong winner picked. I definitely don't have NC State picked to win it all, but I do have NC State going to the Final Four, Scott. I wasn't going to mess up this time. You know, I don't know that that'll happen, but I have at least got State going to the Final Four. But I actually got Tennessee winning it all. Now, I know that's going to sound crazy to a lot of y'all, but I got Tennessee winning it all. I do have Connecticut going to the final game, and that's who everybody thinks is going to win it again. But I got Tennessee and Connecticut playing each other with Tennessee winning. But I guess we'll find out. Well, the games actually start tonight as far as the first four playing games. There's 2 tonight and 2 to, March Madness. That's right, above always. It actually starts tonight. There's 2 games tonight and 2 games tomorrow night. And that's the play-in games. And then the tournament doesn't actually start till Thursday. Hey, you're welcome, above always. Hey, Zeke. Zeke says, I like your picks already. Let me roll this window up, because I feel like I'm having to holler. I'll roll this window up a little bit. Gio's got Michigan State. Yeah, I've been doing good above always. She says, yeah, I've been doing okay. How have you been? How's everybody been? As far as I know, we're all good in here. Virginia's got a best friend that's not doing good at all. And I know some of y'all already know this, or quite a few of you do, but we still keep Virginia in your prayers as far as her best friend. Virginia's she's got it a little rough right now. So if everybody don't mind keeping Virginia in your prayers as far as for her and her best friend, I'll go ahead and mention that right quick also. Gio says, I come in here to see Tootsie. Yeah, I know it. She wouldn't stay sitting up, Gio. I'm sorry. John says, I'm surprised you don't have the Bucky sweater on Tootsie. Well, it's not that cold yet. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta switch. It's 56 here right now, so it's not too bad. It's not cold enough for her sweater at the moment. Let's see. Blaine says he picked Houston to win it all. At least he thinks he picked Houston to win it all. And then Scott says Tennessee, they won't make it out of the Sweet 16. Well, I hope they make it out of the Sweet 16, Scott. I mean, I wouldn't mind them at least get to the Sweet 16. Blaine says, well, Fred, we will miss Jeff on VR for the next several days. Yeah, and that's the other thing I was going to tell you. Come Thursday to Sunday, I'm going to be watching basketball games. I've already told Dennis and Teresa that, and a few others. Yeah, come Thursday, I'm going to be watching ball games. Just go ahead and let everybody know. I won't cut my phone off, but my phone might go on silent mode. Gary says NC State won't make it past the second game. Come on, Gary. You got to have hope. Gio says, does Tennessee play basketball? And Above always says, that's good to hear. Thank you, Above always. And I'm glad you're doing good too. Blaine says, praying for your friend, Virginia. And Fred says, back. Never know, Blaine. And Virginia says, thanks, Blaine. Above always says, oh no, sorry to hear that, Virginia. I'll be praying for you. And Scott says, it's going to be UConn and North Carolina in the title game. And you're probably right, Scott. You're probably right. Heck, you was right on State winning it all. You was right on that when we talked. I wouldn't have believed it. I wouldn't have thought it'd happen. Blaine says, Scott, did Amber slap you silly again? Be smart. And Scott says he's praying for you, to Virginia. And Virginia's thinking above always. Blaine says maybe some cupcake team will win it all. And above always is saying you're welcome. And Gio says, gotta go, y'all. Drop in to say hi. Hey, thanks for coming in, Gio. I appreciate you coming in. Virginia says, thanks, Scott. We've been friends since childhood. And Blaine says, take care. We need to break bread soon, Gio. And Linda says, Virginia, I'll say a prayer for your best friend. She must be wonderful to be your bestie. And Blaine says, Tennessee plays badminton and water polo. And Virginia says, thank you, Linda. And Gary says, NC State may be playing Kentucky the second game. Yeah, I know it. And I think I got them beating Kentucky. I forgot to bring my darn bracket with me, dang it. Because I was going to show it. Scott says, Blaine, I'm smart like State will beat Kentucky. And Blaine says, I sure hope so, Scott. And Fred saying, hey to Above Always. And Geo Madcat. And I'm caught up at the moment. So y'all want me to, I've pretty much told the story I was going to tell as far as with that rooftop pool and bar. And then, of course, I talked about the bracket, with the games coming up. I don't think there was anything else that I had to really tell or had going on. Virginia says, another long-time friend is in a rehab hospital. I'm going to make a banana muffin for him tomorrow. Well, that's sweet of you, Virginia. And I'm sure that he will enjoy that. I know that's not the one that's in the worst shape. I know it's your other bestie, as far as the ones that you're really needing the prayers for. Blaine says, here's a question. What do you think about these teams saying no to the NIT invites? I think they should play. This could help players even if they play well in the NIT. You know what? Carolina done that last year or year before. I know there was a year there where Carolina, told them to shove it, that they wasn't going to go to the NIT. Because they thought they'd get into the big dance, and they didn't. They missed out by one vote or something, or however it works. And so then they got invited to the NIT, and they told them to, to shove it, to take this job and shove it. Oh, Lordy. So I hadn't heard about it as far as this year, Blaine. I hadn't heard any talk on that. But I guess it's, if you're asking me, the only comment that I guess I could make out of that is, I guess it's whatever the coach and teams decide they want to do, or the school or whoever. I mean, it's up to them. But I get probably what you're thinking, though, that, if you get invited to at least something, why not go? Why not go and play? I mean, I've always been told the NIT stood for the not invited tournament. But I've always just saying hey to Fred and Connie. And she says, Virginia, you're a good friend. And Virginia says, I try to be. And Fred says, continue prayers for your friends, Virginia. Blaine says, I know St. John said no, and Pitt as well. Really? Okay. Well, I didn't know that. Scott says, Wagner is beating Howard. I thought Wagner was a spray painter, and Howard was on Big Bang Theory. Yeah, that's right, Scott. I can't remember who I picked. I think I picked Howard, I think. I might have picked Wagner. I don't know, dang it. I can't remember who I picked. Above always says, you'll be blessed for it. The greatest of these is love, and you're definitely showing that love to your friends. She's talking to Virginia. And Virginia's thanking Fred and Connie. Blaine says, Wagner, is that a porter? Scott, not sure who Howard is. Linda said, Jeff, I'll be back after 9. Sorry. That's okay, Linda. That's no problem. William says, NIT is a invite to a lesser tournament. It's like getting honorable mention. Yeah, I know it, William. That's why I was saying it stood for not invited tournament. Blaine says, Linda is ready for the rated M for mature audiences. That's right, Blaine. And Virginia says, take care, Linda. Scott says, hey, William. And Blaine says, Scott, is it still attorney Scott, it's still attorney and has value for some players. And Blaine's right. And above all, he's just saying bye to Linda. All right, so back to what I was going to ask. And y'all can talk to each other if y'all are ready. We'll go right around. We'll make a lap or so. If y'all want to see some stuff, y'all let me know. Tootsie's got her eyes open, but she's laid over here. She's laid over here passed out, or not passed out, but she's laid down. Let me see. I can look on my other phone to see what it's showing. See if you can see her. Yeah, there's her little eyes. I'm holding the phone. Now, I'm not driving right now, so don't worry. I'm not moving. See, I'm still in the same spot. Just showing the star of the show. William saying hey to Scott. Blaine says, if someone is finally healed from injuries during a year and playing ball who had been out for a while, a few huge games could bring value for draft. That's right, Blaine. He's talking to Scott saying that. I don't even have the darn phone on Tootsie. You can see the top of her. Move it down. Go down to the goat coaster, John. I might. I was going to pretty much just stay here on the strip and ride around. Virginia says, Tootsie makes me want another puppy. Well, that's up to you, Miss Virginia. Look, she's got her eyes. She's closing her eyes. She'll pop up though when I start moving. Hey, Brooke. Hey, Tootsie. Hey, Jeff. Hey, thanks for coming in, Brooke. Blaine saying hey to Brooke. Oh, hey, Fred. Brooke didn't see my message in time, or she would have came in and fished with us. I talked to Brooke today. She didn't get to see the message in time. And Fred saying hey to Brooke, but she said she's definitely gonna fish with us one day. David says Tootsie's so tired, been taking care of Jeff all day. That's right, David. She has a hard time taking care of me, David. Blaine says I've been on VR for how long and never met Brooke. Yeah, you hadn't got to meet her yet, Blaine. She's on there. She's just not been in the fishing part. Brooke saying hey to everybody, sending love. Scott says the teams with NIL players won't play in the NIT, which is fine. It opens up a spot for a smaller school that would like to have a chance at the NIT trophy. And Blaine says, I hate that NIL crap, Scott. And Brooke says, laugh out loud. We definitely will, probably tomorrow if y'all are free. And then, well, it'll be, hey, Brooke, if we do fish tomorrow night, it'll definitely be after Fred's show, which will be after 9 o'clock. Gary says, go down towards the old mill. That's where Leslie and I met. Oh, yes, and Larry, too. I can do that, Gary. Blaine says, it has to be tomorrow night because Jeff won't be available for the next couple of weeks. Hey, not weeks, Blaine. Just this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's the only 4 days that I'll really be tied up. I mean, I'll watch the games the next weekend, but they're always, well, Thursday and Friday will be at nighttime. And then Saturday and Sunday it'll be, nighttime or whatever. It won't be like an all-day thing. Hey, Dan the Mountain Man, he's saying hey to everybody. And he said hey to me. Hey, thanks for coming in, Dan. Lady says, Gary, that was a great day. And Scott's saying hey to Brooke. Brooke says, okay, that works for me. Just send an invite and I should be on. Okay, we can do that, Brooke. Scott saying, hey, Dan. Blaine says, yeah, the earlier games in tourney are the best. And then the Final Four. That's right, Blaine. Yeah, I like this weekend's, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I like it the best out of all of it except till it gets to the Final Four part. Everybody saying hey to Dan the Mountain Man. Virginia says, what's going on with Jeff that I don't know about? Nothing, Virginia. There's nothing going on with me. Scott says it's the most wonderful time of the year. And Blaine says he loves basketball, Virginia. So let me put y'all in above always is laughing. Yeah, this is one of my favorite times of the year. All right, I'll put y'all up here and we'll go for a ride. We'll go down here to the old mill. Brooke says, are y'all talking? Yeah, we're talking basketball, March Madness, Brooke. So I definitely won't be on the Oculus either, as far as virtual reality, come Thursday. I doubt I'll be doing much VR in Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Sunday this week. Blaine says, that's 281 days, Scott. And Leslie says, he better not be keeping nothing from us, Virginia. I'm not, Leslie. Y'all know me too well. Y'all know me. If something happens or something goes on, I'm usually, messaging y'all. Virginia says, shoot, I thought I was missing something, Blaine. All right, Gary, we're headed to the old mill. And, of course, Tootsie sets up now, too. I knew she would. Man, I got to wait on traffic. Blaine says, are you doing VR tonight, Fred? Yeah, I mean, I can. But it'll be after I get back from this live show. You know, it'll be a little bit later on. But now, if y'all don't want to wait on me, y'all go ahead and play. I mean, y'all can play now. You don't have to stay on here and watch me. Y'all know me. It doesn't bother me any. I'll try to keep up with y'all's comments. Right now, I'm trying to find a darn gap here big enough before I can get out. Like I'm traffic come out of nowhere. No, I'm back in Pigeon Forge above always. I got back over here this past Thursday, so I hadn't been here quite a week yet. I did go live Thursday night above always when I first got here, and actually everybody was watching me unpack for a while. So I saw where she had commented. Tootsie, I wished you could read comments. Brooks says, laugh out loud, I understand. You got parlays. Blade says, and then that's where he's asking about VR. And Virginia says, yes, Leslie. We'll get down here to the old mill, and then I'll pull over and get caught up on the comments. Uh-oh, they're talking about songs now. I see Virginia's comment. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, Leslie. Because I didn't know if you wanted to tell it yet, but I wouldn't tell it here on YouTube. But when you do find out, you know, of course, you know, text me the address, and then I'll, whatever night that I'm live, I can go show it then. That way y'all can be able to see it. You can do it that way. Because I know where you're, the one you normally stay at, I know where it's at. That one's easy to find. One thing about it, I'm kind of glad it stays daylight a little bit longer. Oh yeah, virtual reality. Yeah, that's what we were talking about above always. Quite a few of us now on here has got the Oculus 2. I think Blaine's got the Oculus 3. But we all get on there, and there's like a fishing game, and of course there's other stuff we can play together. But that's what we were talking about, was the VR games. We get on there and fish together and talk to each other, about like what we're doing right now. Except it's virtual, which I guess we're technically kind of sort of virtual right now on YouTube also. Let's see, I need to turn right here. I gotta pay attention. Brooke says Action Land Farm is my favorite currently. Yeah, I finally played that one, Brooke. I finally got on there and played that one. I got to get used to that. That one's definitely different from Action Land as far as the Action Land Pirates. The Action Land Farm, that one's different. I played it one time, and I like it. You get to run through the cornfields. And the cornfields definitely don't block you from getting shot. I have learned that day I played it. Right. I didn't even catch on to that, Brooke. You're right. It is smaller versus the Pirates. The Action Land Pirates. Watch out for the children of the corn, Jeff. Yeah, I know it. He's talking about that movie. Yeah, Brooke likes blowing heads off too. She's good at it also. It's been a while since me and her have gotten to play against each other, but now that I know she's in the farm one, I'll have to get back on there and play against her in the Action Lamb farm. Yeah, and I can see why, Brooke. I can see why, because it's definitely different from the one that he first created, as far as the Pirate Land one. Lord, this light takes forever. I see y'all are talking to each other, which that's good. I'll get up here and hey, James, if you're still in here, James, the Pottery House is just right up here. As far as one of the eating restaurants that we were talking about, the Pottery House is going to be right up here, so I can show you where the Pottery House is at. Above always says she used to be addicted to Farmville when that came out. I remember that. I never did get addicted to that. I know what she's talking about. It's on the computer. I have seen it. I've watched somebody play it. I don't know if I actually played it myself, but I have seen it and seen somebody play it. But I can see that being addictive also. All right, James, Thev, if you're still on here, the Pottery House is right here, pretty much straight in front of me right now. It's going to be on the left side, but right there's the Pottery House right here to the left, and then the Old Mill's right here to the right. I gotta watch out for pedestrians. But right here's the Pottery House, James, if you're still on here. There's the Pottery House. I'll pull over here and park and get caught up with you guys on the comments. It doesn't look too busy right through here. Oh, you're welcome, James. Yeah, the Pottery House is just to the left down here from this little strip mall that I'm across right now. Uh-oh, I see Amanda's in here. Amanda's in the house. All right, let me get caught up to you guys. I'm way behind. I want to see what all was said. Get back here. Leslie, I just saw one of your comments, but I'll get to it. All right there before I left off with Brooke. And then Blaine was asking Fred about VR. Scott says, I'm just glad that the tournament will be over before our cruise, or I'd be looking for a TV somewhere. Hey, I hear you, Scott. I hear you. Fred says, I guess after 9:30 tonight. Blaine says, oh, for sure, it would be a little later for me as well. And Above Always says, are you still at home, Jeff? And I answered her on that. Brooke says, I'm partying tonight in VR. I got tequila. There you go, Brooke. You got one of those VR drinks that make you stumble around when you grab it and drink it. Man, Lordy. Leslie says, every time we change the subject, VR comes back up. Hey, don't be hating on VR, Leslie. Don't be hating on it. If I have to get y'all one, I will. Then you'll be like the rest of us. You'll be on that sucker every night. Above always says, or did you head back out? And then Blaine says, but I can't miss seeing the stud muffin on YouTube. Blaine! Jimmy says, I like springtime. And Scott says, Blaine, do you still have to get up early? And Above always says, oh, okay, that's cool. And Blaine says, gee, they say tequila can cause some bad stuff, Brooke. Talking about making the clothes fall off. Virginia says, you know that song, don't you, Blaine? Scott says, tequila makes her clothes fall off. Leslie says, man, I wish you could go see the new cabin we're going to see. Okay, yeah, I read that one. Blaine says, yes, I do. They say tequila makes your clothes fall off. Brooke says, laugh out loud, it gets fun, Blaine. You'd be surprised how many people are VR drinking. I've done it one or two times. Virginia says, that's the one, Scott. And Blaine says, I saw some the other night on there doing that, Brooke. Brooke says, oh, wait, not that kind of fun. Dan says, looks like a quiet night there in Pigeon Forge. And Leslie says, that's not exclusive to tequila. Water does it to me. Larry says, here, Leslie, drink this as I give her tequila. Blaine says, dang, go ahead, stud. Talking to Larry. Brooke says, y'all are a mess. And Above always says, I am so behind. What is VR? Of course, I answered that part. Blaine says, yes, Above always. And Fred says, just watch out for Jeff, Blaine. He'll have you try a drink and watch out. Because I did it to Fred when he first started the VR, when he got him one. Virginia's laughing at Leslie. Scott says yes, Above always, and Fred says it's all Jeff's fault. And Larry says, laugh out loud, Blaine, and talking about the bent carrot, I think. And Blaine says, I think Mallory may get one. Shh, she wants to fish with me. Leslie says, Virginia, I'm crazy, I can't help it. Brooke says, action. Okay, I read that. We talked about the Action Land Farm. Scott says, Jeff got us seeing who the real masturbator is. Blaine says, that's fun. I'll try to hide in the corn. Well, you can hide in the corn, but if they see you, it don't protect you. Oh, Lordy. Virginia's saying to Above always, I understand it's very costly game. And Fred says, Scott. And Brooke says, it gets active because the map is smaller. Fred says, watch out for the children of the corn. And then Blaine says, don't shoot my tractor in there. And Above always says, sounds fancy, Virginia. And Brooke says, oh yeah, it's my favorite. And Blaine says, are you going to farm one tonight, Brooke? And then Scott says, it's hide the corn like cornhole or totally different hole. It's not cornhole, but Scott. It's actual corn stalks. Virginia says, I have no desire to try it. And Leslie says, me neither, Virginia. Blaine says, or put the corn in your hole, Scott. Kind of rough. I know that's not corny at all. Brooke says, yes, Blaine. I'm about too soon. And Above always says, I used to be addicted to the Farmville when it came out on Facebook. And Scott's laughing at Blaine. Virginia says, Leslie, I'll stick to bacon. And Fred says, these comments are getting corny. And then there's where James was thanking me. Brooke says, I've gotten the best laughs from that game. Well, I can't wait to play with you then, Brooke. As far as in there, I want to see what all you're saying in it. Gary says, that must be the red light there never turns green. Well, it does look red in the video here, doesn't it? But it's actually like orange. It's actually orange in person. I didn't even catch on to that, Gary. Blaine says, you could start a VR room in there, Virginia, and let us all cook. And Leslie says, Virginia, I ain't baking, but I'll stick to real life too. And Above Always says, it looks so pretty around there all lit up. And Dan says, country cooking. And Blaine says, dang, parking will be a mess there with Old Mill and Pottery guests fighting for spots. And you're welcome, James. And Leslie says, yummy. And Scott says, yes, Blaine, cooking with Miss Virginia in VR. That's a great idea. Hey, she could do that too. If Virginia had the VR and went into Horizon World, Brooke would probably be able to show her how to create the world. And I mean, it'd all be virtual, but Virginia could be in there doing the cooking and making stuff. I guarantee you something like that could be created. Brooke could probably answer that for me, because Brooke's got her own world in there where she's doing a fashion show. Let's see. Gary says, I understand the old mill has remodeled out. So really, I didn't even pay no attention, Gary. I didn't know that. Virginia says, Leslie, you've got to make that bread for Larry. And there's where Amanda come in. I went to Five Guys and had mayonnaise, ghost pepper, dog, and greasy fries, and a monster chocolate shake. Well, Amanda, it sounds like you're going to be on the toilet here after a while. And then Blaine says, amen, Scott. Larry says, I'll stick to eating and over here staying sexy. And then Blaine says, you had Five Guys at once, Amanda? And Leslie says, he'd love it, Virginia. And Scott says, it's Amanda for you. And Fred's laughing at Blaine and saying hey to Amanda. And Gary says, yes, Blaine, she's cutting back to Five Guys. And Amanda says, yes, I'm here. Sorry to aggravate some stomach issues. And Dan says, I have to head back to work now. Hey, don't work too hard, Dan. I appreciate you coming in. Above Always says, hey to Amanda. And Amanda's saying hey to Fred and Connie. And Above Always. Virginia's saying bye to Dan. Blaine's laughing at Gary. Scott says, with ghost pepper mayo, is that considered spicy shooters, Blaine? And Strike Creek says, we're still here. The grand dog came over since we're back home. Hey, that's no problem, Rob and Denise. Y'all know me. Everybody can go in and out. Just watch whenever. Chat whenever. Leslie says, please don't ever buy me a VR. I'm truly not interested. I have enough to do. I mean, I have no time to be on VR every night. I have to be on Larry. Leslie! I figured you'd say something about having to take care of the heathens. Not having to be on Larry. Amanda says NyQuil makes stones come off. Above Always is saying bye to Dan. Hey, Tana. She's saying hey to me and everybody. Blaine says, nope, no getting up early for me, whoever asked that. Scott saying hey to Tana. Blaine says, I'm on there 2 times a week, Leslie. Tana saying hey to Scott. Angie's saying hey. Scott's doing the no hearing, no seeing, no speaking to Leslie there. And Leslie says, oh, on Larry Blaine. Everybody's saying hey to each other right now. Larry says, there's enough of me to go around. And let's see, everybody's saying hey. Amanda says, I'm sneezing every 5 minutes because of the blooms. Well, I bet so, Amanda. On a serious note, I know the allergy season has definitely kicked in. So I can, you know, if you're definitely going through that, I can feel for you. And whoever else that has the allergies, yeah, that mess is no fun this time of year. David's saying hey. Everybody's saying hey right now. Scott says, oh, here we go. Larry ride. LR, not VR. Then Leslie's laughing. Larry says, best ride she'll ever be on, Scott. Tana says, Virginia, how are you and your friends doing? Yeah, I'll let Virginia, go ahead and answer that for her, because I know we've already talked about it in here tonight. Blaine says, we ate at Old Mill with Misha and Ozzy. Yeah, I was glad to meet Misha. I've met Misha and Ozzy a couple times. That's a cool couple. Let's see. Virginia says, "Don't start, fellas." Uh-oh. We got grandmother getting on us now, so we gotta calm it back down, I guess, a little bit. Scott, Blaine, we got grandmother on us. Thomas saying, "Hey." Blaine says, "Fashion show. Can I wear my Speedos?" Well, I don't know. You have to ask Brooke. She might already be on VR by now. But you have to ask Brooke. I don't know if they do Speedos in it or not. I hadn't seen any. I've been in her shows as far as watching and stuff, but I hadn't seen any Speedos. Let's see. Blaine says, "You tell them. I can't tell them anything, Virginia." Scott says, "No, there's two good people." Blaine, "Okay, well, one good person, Ozzy." Virginia says, "Tino, one is in critical, the other is in rehab." And John says, "Is this the weekend of spring rod run?" No, no, it's the Mustangs and the ponies and the Smokies. It's what this weekend is. This coming weekend. Let's see. Virginia's saying, "Take care, Rob and Denise." And everybody's saying, "Hey." Blaine says, "Dang, Leslie." She says she has to be on Larry like it's a chore or a must. And Fred says, "Rod runs April the 18th through the 20th. Yeah, we still got a month to go before Rod run happens. Everybody's saying, "Hey" to everybody. Leslie says, "Blaine, not a chore, a pleasure." Blaine says, "I'm in on VR 2 times a week, Leslie." And Leslie's laughing. Blaine says, "That's the whole goal. We're riding is always a pleasure, Leslie." And Scott says, "Lord, I hope the Harvey's kids are asleep because things are getting a little hot at the Harvey house." And Blaine says, "Oh, they're used to it, I'm sure, Scott." And Virginia says, "Jeff, I was meaning you saying me being on VR." Okay, all right. Oh, I knew we was getting a little rough with the show too, also, Virginia. But yeah, hey, Virginia, you might like the VR. You never know. You might like it. Leslie says, "Scott, they're always all over here on the house. They don't listen to nothing we're watching." Blaine says, "Scott, the kids asked them if they had a new cat the other night because they heard Larry say he was going to smack that cat so hard." And then Leslie goes, "Oh my God, you just cracked me up, Blaine." Virginia says, "I told you I'm not a saint." I know that's what you told me the other night on the phone, Virginia, but I know better. I know better. You're definitely a saint. You might be, like me and Blaine and Scott, where we can, what's the word I'm trying to say? Be a little bit, I guess, well, I don't know if I want to use that word, but you know what I mean in Virginia. We all can be a little naughty, but still keep it in a clean way, in a roundabout way. Without just having to, come out and say the obvious stuff. Yeah, Larry says, "Here, kitty, kitty, kitty." Scott says, "Leslie, we have 2 boys that are the same way." And Tana's laughing at Virginia. And Blaine says, "Well, Larry always talks about the cat's meow. Maybe they think it's the cat store." That's what Fred was saying. And Blaine says, "Meow, Larry." And Leslie says, "Virginia and I are kindred spirits." And James says, "Yeah, we are definitely naughty, or diet naughty." And I'm caught up now with the comments. Lord, I appreciate all y'all coming in tonight. This has definitely been fun. We still got a little time left too. Virginia says, "Blaine, what gets me is that none of you have tasted my food." Well, that's because we haven't been fortunate enough to come taste your food, Virginia. You know good and well we're wanting to. We don't say the things we say if we don't mean it. I know good and well that Leslie and Larry and Scott and Blaine and me and Fred and Connie and whoever else, Rob and Denise, Josh and Stacy, Jeff and Miss Marie, I guarantee you, we'd all load up and come eat your cooking. Gary with 2R, all y'all in here. There's so many I can't name all y'all. But I guarantee you, everybody in here that's in here right now would be at Miss Virginia's house ready to eat something. It wouldn't matter what it was. You could probably fix it out of a toilet bowl, Virginia, and we would still eat it. I'll go to that extreme. Because you're all the time making us hungry with the stuff you make. Virginia says, Blaine, what gets... Okay, wait a minute. Blaine says, well, we didn't have to wait too late to get corny, but here we are. And Blaine says, oh, smell-o-vision is real. And Tana says, Virginia, are they trying to talk you into playing VR? Well, we couldn't talk her into doing YouTube videos, Tana, so now we're on to the VR now. And then she says, yes, Tana. And then Scott's got emojis up there with cats and dogs. Blaine says, oh, I have CDL with bus endorsements. We will rent a charter bus and I'll drive north. There you go. So Blaine's got us covered. And James says, oh, yeah, I wouldn't turn down no food. And Virginia goes, oh, Lordy. And then, wait a minute, Gary says, dang, all this talk, I'm ready to go to sexy stuff. I might wait on that for a couple of weeks, Gary. We will do that, but I might wait a couple more weeks. This is just the first night as far as out and about live in Pigeon Forge since I've been back. We'll save that one. Let's see. Blaine says, ooh, that's just crappy, but you're right. I might eat it. Just pretend it's chocolate. Blaine's talking about that comment I made. Larry says, we did get a cat. Leslie was holding it on her lap. She asked if wanted to pet the cat. I said, if you get that dang cat off your lap. Larry! Donna says, oh my goodness, Virginia. And Scott says, shoot, yeah, we are going to Miss Virginia's. Or when are we going to Miss Virginia's? And then Leslie says, Virginia would lock her doors if she saw the Motley Crew showing up. And David says, I'll be there at supper tonight, Virginia. And Blaine's laughing at Larry. Scott's saying hey to David. Virginia says, and hubby would put me out. And Tony says, probably so, Leslie. And David says, hey, Scott and family. And then Blaine says, that's perfect, Larry. And then Fred says, chauffeur Blaine, take us to Miss Virginia's kitchen. Hashtag road trip. And then Thomas says, yes, Fred, I'm in. And then Blaine says, Miss Virginia's meetup 2024. Hey, Lordy, I'm caught up. Oh, y'all got me in tears. My eyes are watering. And it dang sure's not from pollen or mold or mildew or whatever this spring-like weather's bringing us. Y'all got me in tears from laughing. that was funny. It's funny. And this is what I enjoy too. It's what I enjoy, where we can all cut up with each other and just have a good time. Blaine says, or Tana says, Blaine, that would be great. And Blaine says, the little thing on the front window of charter bus that says where we're going, I'll put Miss Virginia's. There you go, Blaine. That's it. James says, yes, Virginia, the men in my family are 6'3" to 6'8", 280 pounds to 335 pounds. So we're not going to turn down any food. And I can see that, James. I can understand that. I don't know of many people that do turn down food. I don't know if I've even met anybody that's turned down food, to be honest with you. I mean, unless if they've just ate or something of that nature, I can understand that. But I'm just saying, I haven't met like somebody that just doesn't eat at all. James says, yes, Virginia, the men, and oh, wait a minute. Scott says, it's because you noticed your cup holder was still broke. I'd be in tears too. Scott, that gummit. All right, you reminded me, Scott, because I'd forgot. Let me get caught up. Tana's saying hey. Hey, Ed. Hey, buddy. Hello, Jeff and Tootsie. Jeff, did you see that big cross on your screen? I don't see it right now. If you're talking about right now, I don't see it. But I know if you're talking about the big cross back up in town, I don't know if I've shown it yet because I was already past that part whenever I started my live show. Blaine says, "Amen, James. I can pack it. I can pack it in as well. I didn't get this round by being on a diet. However, I stay in great shape. Round is a shape, right?" I'm right there with you, Blaine. I'm the same way. Fred's saying we're ready for dinner, supper, whatever, ready to eat. Everybody's saying hey to Ed. Leslie says, "I see it, Ed. It's like a shadow in the sky." Okay. I think I see it, what y'all are talking about, but I'm not real sure. I'm looking on, I see it. I know what that is. I know what y'all are seeing. I had a black cat. Since I've had this car, I've had a black cat cross in front of me. See, I don't know how many of y'all know this, though, but anytime a black cat crosses in front of you, you're supposed to go. So that's what I did. That's what y'all are seeing. It's where I've put my daddy taught me that long time ago. Not long after I started driving. So that's what y'all are seeing. That means I need to clean this windshield. It says, "No, Jeff, it's at the top of the screen, above the screen, the building. It looks like the shape of a cross." Yeah, I finally figured out what y'all are talking about. Ton says, "Ed, got any jokes tonight?" James says, "Well, Blaine, you know you're still in shape when you can still bench press more than you weigh." And Ed's saying, "That's it, Leslie." And then Leslie's laughing at me. And then, but they're like, because of the, it's a smudge. Yeah, it's where I took my fingers. It's where I took my fingers on the windshield here, and I went like that. That's what y'all are seeing. Diamondback says, "I think the cross inside is inside." It is. It is. James says, "Yeah, Blaine, round is a shape." Scott says, "You have to make an X on tube windshield, and a black cat goes in front of you." Right. And then Ed's saying hey to everybody in the chat. And Tana's saying hey to Diamondback. So anyhow, right quick, before we go right around again, let me cut some lights on. Alright, let me flip the camera around here. Right here's what Scott is talking about. Let me see if I can get it on. I gotta get the darn. There we go. Get some more light in here. Right here's what Scott's talking about. This is a cup holder. Well, you flip that out and see, and then of course it folds out itself. Well, when Amber stuck her drink in there, this thing like fell apart or whatever, But it's not when she stuck her drink in and it fell apart. It was when I went to do this part, it had messed up undoubtedly. So when she did put her drink in here, it didn't let it set in it. And so Scott thought Amber had broke it. So I got it all put back together because it wasn't her, it was me. It was me, because that's all it does. You just flip it. And that's all I did, but undoubtedly I flipped it too hard. So when she put her drink in there, it fell out, which I've got it fixed back, because I'll set my drink in it. See, it's not broke, Scott. It's holding a drink now. And I know you're just picking at me too, Scott, because you know good and well Amber didn't break nothing. So anyhow, but that's what Scott's talking about, though. He just giving me a hard time. He's giving Amber a hard time. He keeps saying Amber broke this, his wife. And of course, here's Tootsie. There she is. She's awake. Yeah, everybody wants to see you. Yeah. Hey, good night, Jimmy. I know you got to get up in the morning stuff. I appreciate you coming in, Jimmy. Thanks for coming in. Anyhow, all right, we'll go ride. We'll go ride some more. Let me get caught up with y'all right quick, though. was asking Diamondback how he's doing. Ed says, Jeff, I saw that cross and thought it was a heavenly sign. And Tana says, on a serious note, I want to ask for continued prayers for Missy Brock and her family. She lost her dad on the 10th. Yeah, I mentioned that Thursday night, I think, on my show, Tana. And Diamondback saying hey to everybody and asking Virginia. James says, okay, Tana, will do. And Virginia's saying thank you. Jimmy says, good night, everybody. And then Scott says, Amber broke it sure as shit. Thinks she broke up. Scott. Tana says, thanks, James. And saying good night to Jimmy. And above always is saying good night to Jimmy. Virginia's saying good night. Fred's saying we are, Tana. And Diamondback says, I'm okay now. Was sick a couple days ago. And above always says, ah, Tootsie, that sweet face. Thank you, above always. Scott says, yes, praying for Missy Brock and her family. And Leslie sending prayers. And Tana says, I know you are, Fred and Connie. And thanking them. And Scott. And Blaine says, speaking of which, I get to be sick on my 40th. Lucky me. Wait a minute, are you sick now, Blaine? Oh, you're welcome, Tana. You're very welcome. James is sending prayers. Virginia's sending prayers. And Jimmy's waving by. Yeah, good night, Jimmy. Thanks for coming in, buddy. I'll talk to you again soon. And Tana's thanking Virginia. And James is saying good night to Jimmy. Blaine says, yes, been 2 weeks already. Really, Blaine? Dang. Oh, so it's the same. Okay, you still haven't got over it yet. Yeah, stupid pollen, yeah. Well, and it could be like what I had, Blaine. I mean, it took about 2 weeks for me to finally get rid of all of my crud I had, a month ago. Because I think you got it not long after I was getting over mine. Tana says, hope you're getting better, Blaine. And I'm caught up on the comments. So we'll go ahead and write a little bit more, see a little bit of different scenery. While I got all y'all in here, as far as next week, I don't know if I'll be live next week or not. I mean, no particular reason. It's just, now that I'm back over here at Pigeon Forge, just depends on what Pigeon Forge brings. I don't want to say that I'm not going to be live next week, but then I don't want to say that I will either. So we'll have to take it in strides now that I'm back over here at Pigeon Forge, because they might be different days that I go live. I mean, you never know with me. If something goes on, something happens, something that I think's good to show, y'all know good and well I'm going to hit that live button, even if anybody doesn't come in. But y'all would be able to see it later, though. Blaine turns 40 tomorrow, Scott. All of us in here wished him happy birthday. He's gonna be, I told him, I said, well, welcome to the early to the 40s club. I did see Scott's comment. Wait a minute. What Larry says, that's fake news, Blaine. And I know y'all are talking to each other, and y'all do that. Y'all above always is saying happy birthday to Blaine. Yeah, y'all talk to each other. We'll go right down through here, look around some more. Just now coming up on 9 o'clock. I'm surprised that I got that good of a signal at the Corvette show Saturday, when I went live Saturday. If I'd have known that, I'd have had my darn phone charged up. I got a lot of flack over that. Not in a bad way. You know, just people picking at me. Why didn't you have your phone charged up? But trust me, I was cussing myself. I was beating myself up. But I did not realize, though, that I was going to have... Because usually when you're right there at the island, the signal isn't worth a crap. So I don't know if something's changed, or if it's just cause there wasn't enough people in town sucking the Wi-Fi up. I don't know. But I know all y'all were telling me that I had a good, clear picture and a good signal and stuff, and that's what made me mad, though, that I wished I'd have had my phone charged up all the way for you guys. Like tonight. I mean, I'm going on an hour and a half, and I know my battery's good to go for another hour or so. I'm not going to stay on that long, but I know it's good to go for at least another hour. I think I can go 3 hours on a live show before I have to plug my phone up. I think, if I remember right. And I will be prepared for a rod run. I will have matter of fact, the battery pack's already charged up, but I will make sure that I don't forget that. Especially on Friday night and Saturday night. That'll be the two big nights. Friday night and Saturday night will be the two big nights. I'll make sure I have my battery pack for those nights. So I apologize for not being able to show more of the Corvette car show. I know Larry likes looking at the Christmas lights, so we'll go up here to the Christmas hotel and stuff where he can be able to see the Christmas lights and stuff right up here. Oh, Blaine, hey, good night, Blaine. I know you got to get up in the morning too. I appreciate you coming in. I was reading that comment and missed the turn, but that's all right. I can turn up here. Don't worry, Larry. I'll turn right up here and come in the back way. And it's like Rob and Denise said on their live show the other night. They like going live too, so everybody can be able to chat with everybody. And I know that's what y'all are doing right now from what comments I'm seeing. Y'all are talking to each other. I mean, it gives us all a chance to communicate with each other. It looks like the Smoky Mountain Wheel needs to fix some lights on there. On the Smoky Mountain Wheel there, they got a few lights out, looks like. Still pretty though. They've already changed it to Easter colors. All right, Larry, here you go. I know you like looking at this. Ooh, they've made that tree different. See the lights. Looks like the lights are falling on that tree right there, Larry. Hold on, I'm gonna pull in here and I'll go around. I don't remember it doing that. Hey, right quick, Larry, I'll watch for your comment. Was that tree doing that beforehand? Not this one. Hang on, I'm gonna go back towards it. Oh, Larry's looking. He's watching. Hey, tell me something, Leslie. Larry, was this tree doing this last year or before now? This one right here, right straight in front of me. You're gonna see it looks like it's like leaves are falling or snow or whatever you want to call it. Do y'all see that? Hey, Tana, did you see Jeff's car show? Linda's asking Tana. Was that doing that before? Yeah, ho, 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 Merry Christmas and Happy Easter, everybody. Okay, I just didn't remember seeing that, Larry. Blaine says, thanks, Linda. We're being bad. I was being a saint. Yeah, oh, Lord, I need to get caught up on the comments. I need to see what y'all are talking about. I didn't remember that tree doing that. Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought because Tana commented on it. She said she was watching the replay. Because I should be caught up on all my comments too. I done that yesterday or the day before. I tried to get caught up on all the comments. Let's see, I'm gonna pull in right here. Get caught up with y'all again. And that way I'll spin around here. While I get caught up with you guys, you'll have something to look at. There you go, Larry. All right, let me get caught up here right quick. All right, there's where he said there's fake news, Blaine's. Blaine says, yeah, call up Medicare or AARP. Leslie says, Blaine, be listening to the wrong people. Above always was telling happy birthday to Blaine. Blaine says, I had the TV on CNN, I guess, Leslie. And Blaine says, thanks above always. Thomas saying happy birthday. Leslie says, that explains it, Blaine. Larry's saying happy birthday. 50 has never looked so good. Larry, I don't even want to talk about it. We're already close enough as it is. Blaine says, yeah, Clinton News Network, it isn't accurate. Leslie. And Blaine says, thanks, Larry. And Tana's laughing at Larry. And Leslie says, true. Scott says, Wagner 71, Howard says, oh, that's a close ball game. Larry says, just think, Blaine, you'll never be as old as you look. I might look as old as I am, but I can guarantee you I don't feel as old as I am. I'm still going to be young at heart, a child at heart, kid at heart, whatever you want to call it, for as long as I can, and I don't care what anybody thinks or says. That's me. I've always been like that, and that's the way I'm going to stay. That way I don't feel my age. Let's see. Virginia says, your picture was clear the entire time. Oh, thank you, Virginia. Yeah, I know it. That surprised me, though. It really did. I mean, it really did. Larry says, Leslie told me to say that, Blaine. I would never. And Leslie says, fake news, Larry. And Scott says, Wagner will play the #1 seed in the West Thursday evening in Charlotte. Okay, so Wagner ended up winning, Scott. I think's what you're saying. I need to remember that so I'll know whether to either mark it right or wrong, because I can't remember who I picked. Blaine says, well, let me go do a couple of honeydews so I can jump on VR later. And saying everybody be good, and everybody saying good night to Blaine. Larry's throwing up Christmas trees. And Fred says, see you at the waterfront, Blaine. And then Leslie says, did Larry make you mad, Blaine? Don't let him make you get off here with his foolishness. Blaine says, nope, I'm doing a to-do list so I can do VR. Virginia says, enjoy your day tomorrow, Blaine. And Tana says, night, Blaine, hope you feel better for your birthday. And Linda saying happy birthday to Blaine. Blaine says, heck no, you know better than that. I love you both, the Harvey Five. And Virginia says, welcome back, Linda. And Leslie says, good, have a good night, sending love to Blaine. And Tana's saying hey to Linda. And Larry sending love to Blaine. And Larry says, sometimes I talk to myself. And Linda says, hi, Virginia, I missed the conversations. And Virginia says, watch the replay, Linda. And Linda says, hey, Tana, did you see Jeff's car show? David says, ho, 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 Merry Christmas. I read that. And Larry says, yes, I think so. And Blaine says, thanks, Linda. They were being bad. I was a saint. And Tana says, I watched the replay. And Gary says, you're so close, you need to take us to Dry Creek's new store. I can do that right quick. I can do that right quick, Gary. It's just right up the road here from me. Let me get caught up on the comments. I'll ride up there and show you where it's at. Tana says, so cool. Linda says, Blaine, you're so young, you little guy. Tana says, I always watch your replays when I miss the lives, Jeff. Yeah, I know you do, because I get your comments, Tana, and I appreciate it. Larry says, oh, to be 40 again. Hey, I'm right there with you, Larry. Above always says, I'm going to jump out of the chat, but I'll be watching on TV. Have a good night. Hey, thanks for watching, Above Always, and thanks for chatting with us tonight. I appreciate it. I really do. Tana says, Blaine, you're an angel. And saying good night to Above Always. David says, boy, I wish I was 50 again. And Tana says, me too. And Dry Creek says, oh, we're back. Hey, I'm getting ready to go up to your store here in a minute, Dry Creek. As soon as I get caught up on the comments, Gary's want me to ride up there and show it. James says, yeah, Jeff, at the Rod Run Car Show when he's 87 going, light them tires up. That's right. That's right. Tana says, hey, Rob Denise. Linda says, hey, and good night Above Always. Enjoy the rest of your night. And Dry Creek saying, hey to Tana. Tana saying, how are you doing, Rob Denise? And Above Always says, you too, Linda. And Dry Creek says, we're doing okay, Tana. And Tana says, great to hear Rob and Denise. And Above Always is waving by and sending love and puppy paw prints. And Dry Creek says, we're not there. Yeah, I know you're not there, but your store's there. And Linda says, Larry, oh, for me to be 50 again. And I'm caught up. All right. So we're right up here to where their store's at. If anybody wants to go back and watch Dry Creek's last live, they have it on theirs also. They show the where their store's at up here at the Mountain Mile, which I'm just right here at it. So for the ones that hadn't seen it, I'll run up here and show you too. But also go to Dry Creek Beard Care. They've got their video up too, where you can, go see where they showed it also. Not much traffic on Teaster tonight, but there's plenty of traffic still on the Parkway. Look, the Skywheel looks like a candy cane now in a roundabout way. Now that's crazy. A minute ago they had a couple of lights out, but now that's just that one. I know there's the other one. Never mind. Spoke too soon. But I'm sure they'll have them fixed. I'm sure they'll have them lights fixed here before long. All right, I might as well turn right here. So if you come off of Wares Valley Road, which this is still part of Wares Valley Road, you'll make a turn right here at the JP Cycles shop. You can get in this way or you can get in off of Teaster. Right there's the Mountain Mile and the Mountain Monster as far as the ride. The ride's called Mountain Monster, and then that's the Mountain Mile right there in front of you. And then this right here to your right is the Mountain Mile Annex. I think it's what Dry Creek said it was called. They are redoing it though. I mean, Denise was right, because I hadn't been. This is the first time I've been up here, and they're redoing they fixed this place up nice. But right here is where the beard care place is at. It's right in there, and I'll back up because it's called Coal Miner's Daughters Mercantile. The sign's right up above, if y'all can read that right there. I backed up a little bit so y'all can see it. The Coal Miner's Daughter Mercantile, I think is how you say that name below it. But that's where all their products, of course it's closed right now, but that's where all their products are at. Let me get you guys and stuff. I got to pull back up though because I'm hanging out in the road. All right, let's see. Linda says, Larry, oh wait a minute, Dry Creek says, just being facilities and everyone buckle up. Dry Creek says, which is a nice way to say just being a smart ass. Yeah, I know Dry Creek. I think Tana says, she's laughing at. I didn't see, well, my shouldn't be buffering. It buffered on this phone though. Larry says, I didn't see when Dry Creek went to the store. I was getting my beauty sleep. It didn't work. Larry, well, you're getting to see it now, Larry, and plus you can go rewatch their live show because they show it too. David says, be careful, don't hit any bumps. You know who's on the roof. Yeah, I know it. I got Rob on the roof. I definitely don't want to throw Rob off the roof. Leslie says, that corner store used to be Nike. And Rob and Denise is laughing at Larry. Leslie says, now it's across the street. And Dry Creek says, yep. And Leslie says, we shall be visiting that store soon. There ain't no doubt about that. And Dry Creek says, that's a temporary sign from Tanger. We will have a lighted sign. Really? Well, dang, you should have waited and told us on that on your show, Rob Denise. I mean, I appreciate you giving us the inside scoop on mine, but you didn't have to do that. Y'all should have saved that info for your own channel. Oh, that's going to be cool as heck. Well, I'm curious to see what that sign's going to look like all lit up. That'll be nice. And Rob Denise is sending love to Leslie. Tana's saying very cool. Leslie says, you're cutting out a little sitting here. Okay. Did it on us the other night too. I don't know. I don't think it did it on Rob and Denise's show. I don't remember it cutting out on theirs. Hang on, I'll back up. I'll back straight up. See if that fixes it. Y'all let me know. Yeah, y'all keep me in the loop. Because I thought it didn't say it buffered on my phone, but on the one that I'm using to read the chat, it showed it spun for just a second. So y'all let me know. Virginia says, welcome back, Dry Creek. Leslie says, never mind, it cleared up, I think. And Dry Creek says, thank you, Virginia, sending love. Tana says, looks like a really nice store. Thanks for showing us, Jeff. Yeah, that's where Dry Creek Beard Care, Tana. That's their store that they're in with all their beard care products, like oils and essentials and foot sprays and knee sprays, and of course any kind of beard product. And I mean, even got the stuff for the women too. Get Leslie to tell you about it. Leslie will tell you everything about it in here, Tana, if you want to know anything. She knows all the good stuff. She'll tell you what to buy, what's good. Leslie says, I can't remember, but she's saying that on talking about the buffering part. Dry Creek says, they have been doing work on the side trying to make it match across the road. It's looking, yeah, it is. It is. I was just jawing about that, where they've got some of it done down here to the left of me, where at and the lodge, all that looks like all that's already finished. But they're working their way towards y'all's store now. Thomas says it's fine here. Rob and Denise is laughing. Leslie says it looks way nicer. And Larry says, do we know what stores are coming beside it? I don't know. So Dry Creek can tell that, I guess. They said it is, Leslie. They have been doing a lot of work on the side of the shops, painting and redoing the front of the shops. And says, we don't know for sure as of yet, Larry, as far as the store that's going to be right here to the left of them in that part. Leslie says, I give everything I've ordered 5 stars, Tana. Their stuff is amazing, all of it. And Robin and Denise is sending love to Leslie. Larry says, probably a moonshine store. And Tana says, thank you, Leslie. And Gary says, So Rob and Denise selling their autographs next door? Well, they might be. If Rob and Denise are selling their autographs, then I'm definitely going to get one. Hell, I might try to be the first one in line to get their autograph. Amanda says, Amanda, please for autograph is there. I'll get yours too, Amanda. Tana says, do you still have online ordering? And Robin Lee says, we are, Gary. And Linda says, Amanda Bynes is in the house. And they telling Tana that they do. They still have their own line. And they said, for goodness sakes, Jeff. Well, hey, you know me, Robin Denise. I like riding on the roof. So yeah, if I can get y'all's autograph, I'll take that too, because I still got that sign y'all gave me, the one that shows the finger for people to get out of the left-hand lane. I still got that. Oh yeah, there you go. Leslie's put up the link for you, Tana, right there. You can go right there and you can shop all day. All right, I should be back. It might be because I was underneath them power lines, so I pulled up a little bit. Hey, good night, Scott. I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming in, buddy. Let's see. Tana's thanking Leslie. And then Scott's got to get ready for work. So don't work too hard, buddy. Don't work too hard, Scott. Dry Creek says, Rob says the autograph is free, but the paper costs $15. Hey, I'll give the $15 to cover the paper charge and stuff. But now both y'all's autographs got to be on it though. And I'll pay 20. I'll pay 20. Get yours and Denise's. Fred says Cat's Meow Pigeon Forge location. And Leslie says absolutely. And Dry Creek says thank you, Leslie. And Tana's laughing at Rob. Virginia says see you, Scott. Everybody's saying bye to Scott. Leslie sending love. Dry Creek says, Larry's put the Cat's Meow on here. Hey, Virginia, don't accidentally click on that, Virginia. And Dry Creek says, I waved at a certain person walking around Gatlinburg the other day with my sign. Dry Creek. Oh, Lordy. Scott says, good night, everybody. And Dry Creek's laughing at Larry. Everybody's saying good night to Scott. Yeah, I should be back, Leslie. I think it's because I was underneath these power lines back here. Larry's laughing, Leslie's laughing, Linda's saying bye to Scott. Rob Denise is laughing. Amanda says, good evening, Linda. Resant, I guess is how I'm supposed to say that. I don't know. Tana says, middle finger, Dry Creek. Yeah, it's a wooden Tana. They were somewhere and they had texted me and I said, yeah, get that for me and I'll pay you back. And so they got it for me and stuff. And it says to get out of the left-hand lane with a wooden middle finger showing. And because I had made comments about how we always have left-hand lane, we have left-handed lane riders in Caldwell County, back home, back where I'm from. And that's the slow lane. They all ride in the fast lane, but they go slower than the right-hand lane cars as far as in my county. You can pass more people in the right-hand lane versus the left-hand lane as far as on that highway back home where I'm at, where I live. Leslie's laughing. And then Amanda says, good night, Scott Calvin. Yeah, and Leslie says, was this by chance your sign? Yep, that's it, Leslie. That was it. Gary says, I'll count that as your nightly fiasco, the buffering part. Okay, Gary. So we still got the fiascos happening. And Linda says, good night, everyone. Been fun. Thank you, Linda. And let's see. Leslie's laughing. Virginia says, I've already learned the hard way before Jeff. Lesson learned. Yeah, I know, Virginia. And Linda's saying bye to Tana. And Amanda says Scott Calvin has to work overtime after Halloween. And Tana's laughing at Leslie. Virginia says, learn. Yeah, I knew you meant learn, Virginia. And Tana says, oh, okay, Jeff, love that. And Robin Denise says it's on his life when I did it again. Really? Okay. And Leslie says, oh, I'd love to see that, but I can't stand to watch him long enough to find it. And Thomas says, me neither, Leslie. And Amanda says, nobody gets it. Oh, we get it, Amanda. Trust me, we get it. Yeah, Lordy, I tell you, y'all passed the time. I know that. Y'all definitely passed the time by. It's already almost 9:30. Leslie says, I just didn't think anyone cares. And then Virginia saying good night to Linda. I'm caught up. But yeah, so anybody that's coming in next few weeks or whatever, I think Robin and Ace will be back to restock this again in a few weeks. I'm not 100% sure on that, but if they want to let us know in here, then that's fine. I'm just basing it off what they told on their show just the other night. Matter of fact, it's Sunday night. They were live Sunday night, so 2 nights ago. Dry Creek's laughing, and Linda says, bye, Virginia. Hope you have a good one. Amanda says, no way. The last time I was shitting right in a year. Okay, and then they said they will. So they'll be back in a couple of weeks to restock. Leslie says she's an angel. Virginia says, you too, Linda. Thomas says, I'll be checking out Dry Creek site. Thank you again, Leslie. And Leslie says, no problem, Tana. It's really great. So I will flip the camera around here. If I can get. Let me put it over here where it sets a little bit square. Drop the camera down. All right, Toots, hop up here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. We're getting ready to go back to our second home. Second home. Dark Creek says, hashtag forge. And the man says, shit in one hand and wish in the other. Oh, I hadn't heard it that way, Amanda. I thought it was if in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up first. That's the saying that I've heard. Dry Creek says, we will have to restock and help with an event at Iron Forge Brewery. Okay. Yeah, that's right, because I remember y'all talking about that. And I know where that's at, too. So I might have to go check that out when y'all go up there to that. And then Tana says, oh, sweet little Tootsie. Yeah. See, seeing everybody. And here's somebody's pulling over here beside this dumpster out front, getting ready to throw stuff away. Amanda says, maybe I haven't watched it in years, but it's on my phone. And Dry Creek says it's a neat place. Yeah, I've been by at Dry Creek, but I haven't been inside it. But so I know where it's at. I know where it's at. I just hadn't been inside the place yet. But I did see y'all's live show though, so I kind of know what it looks like inside there. Well, whatever he's throwing away, but it must have been something big and heavy. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Tootsie snapped her neck. And Amanda says, I have things on my library I can't remember how. Lord, that was a big... Whatever that was definitely heavy. Yeah, I know what Virginia's going, dang. And Dry Creek says, good Lord, what are they throwing away? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, Lordy. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, Leslie goes, my Lord. But anyhow, I guess we're going to call it a night. I know some of us is going to get on VR, and I know it'll take me just a few minutes to get back to the campground. Larry says, that was dough from JD. That's a good one, Larry. Dry Creek says that was a body, a big one. Oh my gosh. David says good night, everybody. Have a happy VR night. And then Fred says dead bodies. Oh Lordy, that's a good way to end the show. Yeah, he's done gone now, whoever that was. They've done thrown the bodies and the corpses and the J-Dale's dough, whatever else. I could name some other stuff, but I'm not going to. But anyhow, hey, enjoyed it tonight. Y'all always have it fun for me. Y'all always keep it fun, keep it real and stuff. I love it to death. I really do. Tana says, I was going to say that, Dry Creek. So, yeah, hey, thank y'all again for coming in. Me and Tootsie love each and every one of y'all. Look right there, Tootsie. He's gone. That fool's gone. Look right there. There you go. That way you can tell him bye. Amanda says that was noisy shit. So yeah, thanks again. Enjoyed it. I had a great time tonight. Turned out better than what I thought it was going to. You know, because I didn't get to do what I wanted to do. You know, that I tried to go do. So I guess I'll save up for another night. But y'all have a great night. Everybody have a great week. Love each and every one of y'all. And we'll see you on the next go around, whenever that may be. It still might be next week, but y'all just keep your eyes open. And but we'll see you on the next go around. Good night, everybody. Love y'all.